Oh my God. The Miami Dolphins are that team. Man, as a Dolphins fan, I'm 21 years old. Took me a second. I've never seen the Dolphins win a playoff game. I've obviously watched pretty diehard for the last, I don't know, 15 years, maybe a little less. I mean, I can't recollect everything as a younger kid, but this is the best Miami Dolphins team that I've ever witnessed, and it's not even close. I've never seen a more dominant win from the Dolphins than we just saw today, beating the Broncos 70-20. And like, I don't even know where to start. There's like every single player on the Dolphins did good, and that's a true testament to how good they are as a team. Is that like you literally can't single out one individual. I mean, Tua had 3 incompletions, 309 yards, 4 touchdowns. Mike White went 2 for 2, 67 yards and a touchdown. Devon Achane rushed for over 200 yards. Mostert had a good game. Chris Brooks had a good game. Tyreek Hill had a good game. Chose Anderson, like it's insane. The offensive line looked amazing. I think that's a good note to make. Like last week, I even mentioned it on Twitter when I was breaking down the film. I was like, I can't even evaluate the offensive line because of how fast Tua was getting the ball out. But there were some instances this week where Tua was going through his progressions, and he still had all the time in the world. And that's a testament to the offensive line. The ground game, we punished them on the ground. It wasn't even like, oh, we wore them down in the fourth. No, they were from jump. Our offensive line was running like extremely effective in their run blocking. And if we're a 2-dimensional team where we can pound a team on the ground and throw all over them, like this might be the best offense in football. I mean, we could have broke the record for rushing yards, or not rushing yards, total yards and points if we wanted to. Just an absolute dominant win, right ahead of Buffalo, where like that's a huge game. Like if we can start the season 4-0 with a win over Buffalo, like we are looking primed to win the division. And even prior to the season, I look at our schedule, I'm like, man, it's tough, and like a lot of these games could go either way. And what the Dolphins have shown in these past 3 weeks is that those games that I thought like I think the Dolphins are the better team, but this team has a chance. Like the Dolphins just showed that they are a complete team. And a lot of those 50-50 games are now much favored to the Dolphins. The defense played good too. Javon Holland, DolphinsDive.com, with 2 peanut punches. That was absolutely sick. And this is something hilarious. I tweeted. At first, I noticed Andrew Van Ginkel rushing off the edge. And obviously last week he had a great game. And I go, Andrew Van Ginkel was probably our best pass rusher, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing because of how much we have invested in some of those guys, Wilkins, Chubb, Phillips. And then after a couple more plays, I go, Van Ginkel might be the best player on our defense. Like, Van Ginkel is playing out of his mind in this scheme, showing how good of a player he is. I mean, Javon Holland with the 2 strips. Jerome Baker had a good game. Justin Bethel had a good game. Kader Kohu continues to have great games. Like I said, I can't really single individuals out. Agba had a good game. Although, I mean, like the sack, he had nobody blocking him. But still, shout out to Agba. What an absolute crazy game. It's a great time to be a Dolphins fan, as I'm sure you all are feeling. So, like I said, there's not really much analysis to give. It was just dominant all around. I really don't know what else to add. I mean, they showed it out on the field. I'm excited for Devon Achane, I will say that. Even I picked him up in fantasy as soon as I heard Ahmed was out, and I was like, he's going to get touches, I can maybe trade him. And I didn't realize watching him, he's kind of got more juice than Mostert. I love Mostert. Mostert runs extremely physical, and I think he's our starting back. But Achane, like, his cuts are so fast, and he obviously couldn't be stopped today. And that's extremely promising to see. Like, I expect this to be a backfield of Mostert and Achane now, and the other guys are going to be limited in their touches. But Achane really showed the kind of back he can be in this system. And like I said, paired with that offensive line play that we got this week, the sky's the limit for this team. When you talk Miami Dolphins, you're talking Super Bowl, baby. Let's go. Fins up. Appreciate the support. Like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And until next time, I'll catch y'all.